Am I audible, all of you? Very good evening. Welcome in today's session, the first boot camp that we have for the answer writing. First of all, very welcome to all of you. Am I audible? Wonderful, wonderful. Good evening, good evening, good evening, all of you. Good evening, Gautam, Agrima, Angad, Diksha, Muhammad, Prisha, all of you. Very good evening, very good evening. So, normally answer writing is one area where students they face a lot of problems. But I want my students to become pro in answer writing when you attempt the next attempt. When you clear the exam, your main should be ready. And that is where it is important to start answer writing early. I don't believe in the conventional belief. Conventional belief in the ecosystem is that you should study, prepare, revise your notes. And maybe after a few months, once your syllabus is covered, then you should start with answer writing. But I want to challenge each one of those people because they are wrong. And why they are wrong, I feel, is that answer writing is a skill and it does not develop in matter of few days. Yes, you need content, you need to understand. So we'll have 3 days of answer writing bootcamp, and I could have kept it 2 days also, but I kept for 3 days so that we get space. And I don't want it to be a longer session, okay? Because I want the session where you learn and you execute. Now, how many of you are ready to and excited to learn new things? And the chat box, me. Yeah, ready to learn and excited for new things. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, I sent the poll and I wanted to see how many of you are actually, have written answers. And surprisingly, most of you haven't started the answer writing or haven't written it. So, mostly in our diamond member poll that we had, 10 people said that I'll start today for the boot camp. Only one person has said that that person is writing regularly. Again, the senior members naturally are not there at the boot camp. Then again, the other, in the other group we have, I don't know how to start answer writing. Most of you said that. Some of you said that you know the content, but you can't structure it well. And some of you haven't started with answer writing. Now that should stop. That will stop today and we'll start with answer writing. Okay, so next year I want you to give mains, that is, seed that idea in your mind and ask yourself, what should I do so that next year I give the mains? And I want you to write 400 answers by the time you give mains. If more, this is the minimum threshold I want you to have. And answer writing is a skill. And if you just follow what I'm trying to say, in next 6 months, you'll be at next level. I'm telling you. And that is where it is important that all of us trust yourself, because answer writing is an area where normally people, it's an uncomfortable zone. Now, how many of you have a fear of answer writing? Write in the chat box, FAW, fear of answer writing. How many of you have fear of answer writing? Write in the chat box. Okay, so Somita, Kritika, okay, Mohammed, Priyansh, Abhinav. Yeah, I don't know, Zoom user, please change your name, beta. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you, but let's understand the UPSC's requirement. What does mains? If you look at the mains syllabus, what does UPSC says? And that is a very basic question that we all should be asking. Okay, what does UPSC says? UPSC says the objective of mains exam is to check the intellectual traits and depth of understanding rather than range of information or memory. And I want you to note this. This is by notification of UPSC. So this is what UPSC says. The objective of mains examination is to check the intellectual traits and depth of understanding of the candidate rather than range of information and memory. So UPSC wants your intellect, wants you to understand your thought process, who you are. And I have seen people who are very good in answer writing and they barely scratch the prelims and they get top ranks. Barely, they just scratch the prelims and they get top ranks because answer writing is a different skill set. And it's not a game of knowledge, it's a game of skill. And why it is difficult? Because in our education system, nobody has told you how to approach answer writing. If you come from humanities background, maybe in the colleges and all, you might have got an opportunity. But here, what you have done in the college and what you're going to do is completely different. The fear of answer writing is natural because it is something that you have not done. And anything that you do for the first time, it creates uncertainty in your mind, anxiety also. But I want to tell you the 3 days, and this is the basic boot camp. That means I'm not going to take you to advanced level. My idea is to familiarize you with the answer writing, explore the answer writing part, and overcome smallest fear you have. And that is where we have just the question that I have framed. They are very basic question, and they're mainly from NCRTs. If you've read NCRT chapter 1 and 2, you should be able to solve. That is from Indian Constitution at Work. Even for NCRT economics chapter 2 and 3, even if you have covered 2 chapters from economics, and if you have not done it, maybe tomorrow you have time, because we'll do real answer writing tomorrow. Okay? Run the chat box, game on. I want you to all tell yourself, game on. Yes. The game on. Yes. Thank you. Let me see all the people. Who all are here? So let me welcome Vipul, Tanisha, Somita, Soumya, Kaushik, Shreya, Shivanshi, Sangamitra, Ram, Rahul, Priyansh, Prisha, Gautam, Mohammed, Minakshi, Manav, Divya, Kritika, Jigesha, Indu, Diksha, Deepak, Bhagmita, Ashutosh, Angad, Anaga, Amit, Agrima, Apurva, and Abhinav. Okay. Are you ready? So let's understand. Today, for 1 hour, I'll set the context and tell you about answer writing. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow's session is more about the activity part. Now, I want to tell you a very important part of this journey. And I want to share the story of one student story, and that story should give you a context. So I was an aspirant also like you, and that was almost maybe 17 years ago. And one of my friend, in fact, he inspired me to prepare, and many of you get inspired by fellow aspirants also. So I remember that I took some guidance and mentorship in Pune. I was working professional. I was working in a corporate. And this one person who was little ahead of in terms of preparation, he started probably maybe 8-10 months, 1 year early. And one day, I met him and I saw his answers. And when I saw his answers, I was like, wow, this person knows how to write. And I asked him that, what is the secret behind this answer writing skills that you have attained? And this, you know what the secret is? He said, I just write. I pick the pen and paper and I start write. And somewhere in my mind, that idea seeded. And you know what I did? I purchased the previous year question booklet, because at that time we also used to get booklets were there, small guides, small booklets, no model answer, only questions. For optional, for GS, we had 2 optionals, so both the optional for GS, I purchased them. And I had no clue about answer writing. No clue. I used to read the question, I study a topic, read a question, and try to see, okay, what should I write? And I scribble it. Used to scribble it. Then I reached out to the mentor, and maybe he told, okay, like this. We did not have toppers copy, benchmarking, and nothing was clear. The only way we could help each other is that, where other people can check your answers or you can discuss with them. And that I want to hear also, not immediately, but we need to create an ecosystem of peer learning. So coming to that person, now his answer writing, and with time, I saw his journey for next 1 year, and he improved a lot. And he did not leave his job for a single day. And he barely cleared prelims. He just cleared prelims by a few marks, 1 or 2 marks. And in the mains, his syllabus was also not complete. And I'm telling you again, his syllabus was not also complete. But whatever he read, his understanding was deep, and he could write good, effective answers. And he got selected in the first attempt with All India rank 109. His name is Mitra Banu Mahapatra. Right now, he's in Odisha. And I've seen, and this person was different from the crowd because he had not covered his syllabus. He had, basic books, some basic books he had read, some material he was following that. It was unconventional preparation. But what mattered in the end is that he could write very good answers because he was able to revise the same thing again and again, multiple times, and he could effectively reproduce that in a short span of time. So UPSC does not know who you are. Your answer copy will actually decide. It's your entry to your selection. The real preparation is the mains preparation. The syllabus for prelims and mains is common, of course, because when you're preparing for mains, you're preparing for prelims also. Syllabus is common. There are some areas which are outside that, specifically for main syllabus. But almost 70% for prelims and mains areas are common. But answer writing a different game because you have to test, UPSC will test on your skills, on your communication part. And the fear we have is because you haven't tested this skill. You have never got an opportunity. Never in the college or school you were given an opportunity to test yourself. It's an uncomfortable zone. And the fear is natural. And if there is fear, completely okay. You just have to trust yourself, pick the pen and paper and try to scribble something. The first few answers will be bad. The first 100 answers will not be up to the mark. But the day you cross 200th answer, now note my word, no. The day you cross 200th answer, second, because for me, benchmark is 200, where you reach a threshold of good answer writing. So the day you cross 200 answers of answer writing, that day you will start enjoying answer writing. Till that time, it will be a struggle. Then it is about improving, improvising, and number of things. So till 200 answers, I don't want you to stop. If before 200, if you stop, you will never start writing. And even if you clear prelims, you cannot clear the mains. That is something that I'm telling you. People, even good students, just because they don't practice a skill, result do not come. So it's a skill, it's a learnable skill. Anybody, you, me, anybody, whatever background you had, it is completely okay. If you have a poor English, okay, we'll work on that. If you feel that I can't write, okay, trust yourself. Just push yourself. It will improve, and you don't have to do in one day. You have to do it in next 1 year, 14 months, 15 months. Are you there with me? Are you there? Write in the chat box RT, right there. Yeah. Are you there? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, before going on, I want to know how many of you are from humanities background. Write in the chat box HB, humanities background. And how many of you are from science background? SB. Yeah. Okay. So most of us from humanities background, some of them are science background. So humanities background people, you still the fear is less, but people from the science background, they will have challenge definitely. Okay, so that's completely okay. Even I was from science background. So today the day one is the framework and anatomy. So we'll not do a lot of activities today. I'll tell you what we'll do. First, we'll understand the answer writing, how to approach, how to start, the basics of ABC of answer writing, what are the expectations of UPSC, the basic framework, the 5 pillars of answer writing, and then I'll discuss about, then I'll show some, in the end I'll show toppers also, and in the end I'll have small activity where I want you to write only introduction. So I'll tell you how to start introduction, how to approach it, and then I'll give you a question and I'll give you time to write introduction. But for that, before that, we'll have to develop the thinking framework.